So we are live, we are recording, we are here. Awesome. Welcome, welcome everyone to Sunday Morning Grace. I am Reverend Elvia, and I am so honored and tears in my eyes excited to be sharing this space with the beautiful Janis, Ponce, and Signe Nelson. Signe Nelson, I don't know how you want that pronounced. Yeah, either way. Two of our seminary students, and just love you both so much. And I know that the wisdom is just going to flow as we continue our conversation this week on the topic of purpose, which is such a juicy topic. And there's so many different directions you can take with it. But so, I would love for you guys just to take a quick moment to share a little bit about who you are, your background, where you're from, so that folks can get to know you. So go for it, Signe.
Okay, I was going to say, I'll raise my hand. I am a manifestor, and my background is feng shui and Reiki, and then I've always been in communication with my angels, and then I found Elvia, and really furthered and deepened that experience. And now I find myself in seminary so that I can sit with people and hold space and generate some love, hence the magenta shirt. And, just be there for people and for myself. So that's who I am.
Right. Yeah. And you're so good at holding space. And I swear your superpower is just to make people smile.
Well, I am Signe Blue is my alter ego, and I'm Signe Blue because Betty White is still alive and taken. But I am, plotting my world dominance for sure.
We're all rooting for you.
Yeah. See you on the red carpet.
Yeah. So Janis.
It's a hard act to follow, but I'm a manifestor too. And that means that usually Signe and I were the first ones to speak up. And we volunteered to be first here. And I'm retired dental hygienist, big angel fan, thrilled to be finally amongst my angel group in Elvia, and it's just changed my life. And I am happy to be here. I'm a shy person, but this is angels have brought it out of me, and it's just powerful to be in this group.
You were shining today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we are going to do our opening blessing and then share with you a few points that we feel are important and relevant on the topic of purpose, and then we will wrap things up with the 12 tenets. It's kind of our usual format, and but of course anew with these two beautiful souls. So Signe, take us into our opening blessing.
All right. I often like to Om so that we can all be sort of in vibrational harmony. And so what I would like to say is let us take 3 breaths in and out. And at the top of the third, when we exhale, that's when we will Om. And you may or may not hear this, but you'll know you're doing it. So let us begin. A deep breath in and out. In and out, and at the top of this in. We're going to do it 3 times, by the way. Another breath in. Someone's with us. And one more time with feeling. All right, now that we're all on the same page, here we go. Beloved Mother, Father, God, who art in heaven, and right here. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, this 411 day, this day of information, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power and the kingdom and the glory forever and evermore. Amen. And I ask in beloved Jesus and Mother Mary's name to hold this space and to dawn all of us in a robe of light composed of the love, power, and wisdom of God, not only for our own protection, but so that all who see it or come in contact with it are drawn to God and healed. Amen. Have a great day. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. That was lovely. So, Signe, we talked about purpose, and kind of in true fashion, you jumped in because I asked these guys. So, what comes to mind? What is, if you had to tell the world one thing about purpose, what would it be? And Signe, true to form, you jumped right in, and I'm curious. I would love for you to share.
Sure, because I think purpose is really something that we all struggle with, and how society impacts us. I was thinking about Nike's logo or expression, just do it. And that's really, and how long has that been around for? Like at least 50 years, I'm going to date myself and suggest. So there's really always been an emphasis to do it, and almost mindlessly, do we even have a chance to think about what it is to be? And in being, that is where perhaps we can actually find our purpose. And when I think about, how did I discover or fall upon or decide what my purpose was, I first had to think, what are the things that bring me delight and interest? And what am I curious about? And following up on that, even in the midst of pushback from people that would say, well, why are you interested in that? And I don't know why I'm interested in that. Do you think, like astrology, do you think I would deliberately be interested in something that would ostracize myself? So perhaps these interests that we have are from other lifetimes, and we are meant to create the continuance of that being part of our purpose.
I love that. So staying in the beingness with who we are, all of who we are, like sort of, I'm seeing this collective, all the lifetimes added together in the here and the now.
Well, it has to inform us, doesn't it? I mean, I think about, I've always been interested in art and wanted to do art. And what did my parents, society say? Well, you can't earn a living doing that. So in many ways, we are thwarted by many well-being people against what our purpose is. So it's really hard to then live our life and try to tease out, what is my purpose? How can I just be, instead of the constant doing? And I think it is in the being that we find our greatest joy.
I wholeheartedly agree. And I think while there's more and more attention on being in the present and, be here now, we're still swimming upstream. It's still not the mainstream mindset, because in fact, I just got a book the other day from a woman I studied with for a few years, and I had to step away because it's all about do, and
that's a bunch of doo-doo, right? I mean, that tells you right there.
It just, it's not authentic, because we lose ourselves in that doing.
Well, who's benefiting from it? There are times when doing benefits, you put your mask on first, and then you are out there doing, and that is a way to be. I mean, there comes a point when being does translate into doing, right? I mean, that is the natural extension of that.
Right. Right. Doesn't mean you just sit on the couch. It means you are in your guidance.
Right. One must take thought and put it into action.
Yeah. 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 So Janis, what are your thoughts on this? As we're
Well, my first thought is like I spent most of my life trying to be as outgoing and happy and articulate as Signe. I'm just now getting there. And that's been part of, I guess, my purpose was to figure out how to find my voice and not be afraid. You know, when I heard purpose, I'm like, oh, okay, the angels again. My whole life has been trying to find my purpose, trying to come out of my shell. And I had just reflecting, I had so many angel experiences. They're the ones that guided me for a long time. They helped me pick my career. I had so many almost psychic experiences. It was just, they woke me up. I was thinking, I have too many to tell and I would love to, but someday we'd like to exchange. I'd like to know what other people's experiences, what their angel experiences were. But mine, finally around my divorce, they came in and they showed me this Rolodex with cards and said, you're on your own now and you need to be strong, and life lessons are coming at you and you have to be facing them and act on them right away. Don't be afraid and take care of them. And so I just, whoa, give me that cheat sheet. What is my purpose and how do I get there quick? And that became my journey, just to find ways to find out what is my purpose. And it just followed my joy. I picked up on feng shui too. And graphology, handwriting analysis, anything that would give me a little clue into me. I'm just trying to find me. And human design, and it really was a matter of just following what excites you, what made you, I wanted the mysterious. I loved the fact of magical and angels. And eventually I came to Elvia and their group, and I really feel like I'm finally at home, and Elvia's really gotten me to that last piece of fear in my head, those chatty people in your head that scare you to death and say you can't do things. I'm here, and it's a miracle. And I'm still focused, and I'm clear, and that has been, I guess, my purpose my whole life is to get clear and do and be all in my heart and be all I can be. But those chatty people in my head scared me to death. But I finally figured out how to quiet them.
I love how you're really emphasizing for people, Janis, the fact that purpose can be as simple as just stepping into your you-ness, you know, finding your voice, being you. You know, I think so many times people think purpose and putting together, Signe, what you said and what you're saying, Janis, they think that it's this action kind of thing, where it's really truly about understanding who you are authentically and being able to show up. I mean, the second half of that, which takes a lot of courage, is showing up as that authentic self and really being the you that you're here to be, and bringing in all that past life juiciness along.
All of that. And the angels, thank goodness, just held my hand. They came out when I really needed it, but then sometimes when I wanted them, they were quiet, which meant it was, okay, you're strong, you can do this yourself, so do it.
I think also when the angels are quiet, there are things in life that are inevitable and they must happen, and it really sucks, and they know that, but you have to do it. You know, I have had that happen on one occasion in my life, and it totally turned my life upside down. And using my body as the barometer, which has never failed me. And my angels said, oh, no, this is good, because it had to happen.
Yeah.
Really interesting experience.
Yeah.
I wanted to say also, you know, when we talk about being as opposed to doing, if you can also give yourself to be you, the less 8 hours a day than when you're working, that's a way that we can come to terms with perhaps doing a job and being ourselves, because we get to be ourselves in all those other moments, and to discover what that is, her riches.
Mhm.
Well, that was part of my problem. I didn't know who myself was. I grew up in that age where you were to be seen and not heard. Right, seen and not heard. And one of the things in my little travels of numerology for your life purpose and all those things, I would get little nuggets. And one of them is to increase your intuition, which was my biggest goal, because I wanted to communicate more with those angels, was to be in touch with your feelings. And then express your feelings. And I thought that was easy, but then I realized I didn't know how I felt, because I was always made to feel I'm fine, everything's okay.
Mhm.
It's all right, you go first. I'm good. And I really wasn't. I was blocking the real me.
What a profound point, not knowing how you feel when you ask the question. I think a lot of people
I thought I did, because I would get
hesitate
angry.
that, right? They think they do, but then when you go deeper, it's like, wait a minute. Yeah, I mean, we are so trained. How are you? I am fine.
Yeah, especially, being a mother and, being a career and all that stuff. It's like, you're always just being kind. I mean, you follow your heart, and I could see people and I could see them hurt, but, I never had time to turn and figure out me. One thing I knew was there was a lot in there and it wanted to come out, but these people that I didn't even know who were in my head, they were so critical, were always telling me, you can't do this, you can't do it. Sit down, be quiet. That's too scary for you. Oh my gosh.
Expressing their own fears, projecting their own fears. So we had a really interesting conversation as we were preparing that got into the conversation around giving our, or maybe better said, taking our purpose from other people, cues from other people, other authorities, other gurus. And the conversation when we were preparing was around gurus, but it's also making me think that, well-intentioned parents or teachers or whatever, it's the getting the sense of purpose from out there. And I think especially when we're talking with respect to gurus, because Janis, you were talking about some of the pivotal books in your life, and I certainly have, I'm sure Signe does too, some books that is just like cracked my world open in terms of spiritual evolution. And it's so important to allow those teachings to guide us, but not, the word in my head is pollute us, which seems a little strong, but I'm going with it. I'm trusting that
To guide us, not God us.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, I always had a sense of yes and no with me. It was like, that doesn't feel like me. I did know that. And then when I got excited and joy just was like, oh my gosh, it was the bell. I knew that was meant for me. I didn't know what, but I would try it out, experiment. I love experimenting.
Mm.
And it's that one I did know, but I didn't know for sure exactly who I was, but I just could say for the moment for that, no.
But I think a lot of people, since you both mentioned that you're manifestors, Peter would be so proud. In human design land, just using that as an example, because there are a lot of different examples we could point to, astrology for one. But there's this, if you're a human design reader, I know you as a reader better than you know you, because I have your chart and I have this paradigm behind it that is, well, this is who you are. You are a manifestor, so therefore, thus, and thus. And I think that for me, where that boundary ends is where it stops feeling right to you.
Right. That's the key.
Right. And I think for a lot of people that gets lost because, on the receiving end, people aren't necessarily clear, like, well, they're the authority, so therefore they must know better.
No.
But
Usually when I'm talking to people or helping them with that kind of stuff, I'll say something, then I'll look and I'll say, does that ring true for you? Because
Right.
you know yourself best. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm help bring you out. Because only you know you.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. And that's where it begins and ends. Signe, what are you thinking? I see the wheels turning over there.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, I just lost my thought. No, I was thinking about gurus and how, how we give our power away, and depending on our age. I mean, my daughter is going through the same thing right now, and she's 25. And the process, we give our power away. We want other people to make the decisions because we don't have the confidence to make them, because we want to be able to blame it on someone else if it doesn't work out. It's a matter of embracing the possibility of shame, and being wrong, and then working through it to the other side to have the value of that experience. And then that is yours to keep. No one can take that away from you. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I think what I take away so clearly from what you just said, Signe, too, is that when we embrace it within ourselves, we're taking a risk. Maybe we're going to screw up. Maybe something's going to happen that doesn't feel yummy. And yet it's still what's meant to happen, because it's the experience that we're here to have, and the opportunity to learn whatever we need to learn. And yeah.
Mhm.
Was that
Yeah,
the core point of what you were making? Did I get that in the fullness of what you meant?
the experience gives us the wisdom, and I think when you have the wisdom, then you get confidence, and then you can really take up all the space. I always say this to my kids: take up all the space you've been given.
Oof, I love that. Oof.
You
That's just
think my kids would love me more?
You're going to make me look into sidereal astrology, because I swear you are a Leo. You feel like a Leo to me.
Oh, I totally am, honey. I totally am.
Ah, love it. Love
I
it.
have a little Leo rising, so occasionally I'll get
I'm a Leo
much
rising.
more animated.
In fact, Elvia, I had to laugh because you have the same signs as my daughter does, just a little different.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
We'll have to connect about that.
she is.
So, Janis, you feeling complete with what you were wanting to share here?
I just had a thought when Cindy was talking, was one of the reasons this purpose was always been in my head was I was the youngest, and my sisters and brother was getting in trouble all the time, and I'd be quiet and I observed all the time. And a lot of the time on my mind, no matter how young I was thinking, what's their purpose? I've always been doubting. I'm the hardest person to sell something to. So that at least I had going for me, that I would say no. But I just spent my life trying to find the yeses.
Mm.
But I've always been like a little too critical, like, what's your purpose here?
That's a wonderful self-preservation mechanism.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think it's a way to create, in human design, there's the cross of tension, which, can kind of feel like, but imagine if we didn't have tension in our world, like we need it. Like think of bridges and physics, and it keeps us together, and gives us a sense of structure. So I think, yeah. Boundaries. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I am just going to make a quick check over here and see if there's any comments. There's definitely people who are with us live. Thank you for joining us live. I don't see any comments at the moment, but seeing folks out there. So thank you for joining us here. And I would love for you both to just riff and give us one juicy takeaway. It doesn't have to be related to what we discussed, or it can be. Totally up to you. Go for it, Signe.
Oh, I was thinking, you know how we're doing this word flip? And so thinking about how I want to open with my OM, and I was thinking about OM, O-M. What else is OM? Mom, home, womb.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. That's like energy you just want to snuggle up inside, isn't it? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How about
Well,
you?
I'd love to leave people with this thought that's been very powerful for me. And I read it in one of my books. And it's like, if you have a desire in your heart, you're meant to have it. It's already, you have already all the necessary knowledge and talents in there. So don't give up on the desires of your heart. In my case, I had to get my mind to start following the desires of my heart instead of my mind leading the show with the negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's in my heart, I'm meant to have it. So if you always wanted to paint, try it. You'll be surprised. You just got to trust. Trust. It's magical. That's my favorite saying. Trust your angels, trust yourself, trust what's in your heart. You'll find magic there.
I love that. And you've had such a journey, and both of you, it's such an honor to see your dedication and your evolution, and yeah, beautiful. And Signe, I
And the
love
most,
your guest.
well, the most amazing thing I want to show people is that I'm still sitting here. And then I'm not shaking in my boots, and I didn't run out that door. So
I know.
that's a testament to Elvia and her angels communication course saved my life, and all of her community, and sending all my angel ladies that have helped me so much. Love them to pieces. They help you hold your hand at that last step and get you over that last little fear that opens your heart up, opens yourself up, your true self. Be your true self so you can be your purpose. Yeah.
That is your purpose, right? That's what you were sharing. I love that. And Signe, I love our little guest.
Oh, Mr. Magnificent. Winston.
Oh, I like that name.
I love it.
Oh yes, my magnificent animals.
They are. All right, so let's bring her home with our 12 tenants, and we're gonna do this as a group effort. So I'm gonna share my screen so everyone can see, and I invite you all to. You can just allow these words to go wherever within you that they need to, just by listening, or you can say them along with us, whatever it is that feels good and right to you. All right, lovelies. Can you see this well enough? Yes? Okay. I open my heart with deep gratitude and intend today to master my spiritual, mental,
emotional, and physical energies.
Do you want to take the first two first?
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to say them all together, so that was my hesitation. Okay, I'd be happy to. Spiritual. I am dedicated to my spiritual practice. I surrender to be my soul's purpose through sacred prayer. I own my guidance. Mental. I live in partnership with my angels. I serve with a loving heart, and I am compassionate in every moment.
Emotional. I trust it's all good. I allow immediate forgiveness, and I honor my truth. Physical. I listen to the spiritual messages within my physical body. I express myself creatively, and I'm one with Mother Earth. And so it is.
And so it is. So just breathing into that energy and feeling it as a protective bubble around you now, today, this week. These energies, as we were chatting before we turned on the recording, are a bit intense right now. Today is the Aries new moon. So ripe for new beginnings and greater authenticity. The I am presence. Blessings of love to each and every one of you. Thank you so much, Janis and Signe, for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be in your living rooms today.
Round of applause for you guys.
Thank you.
Excellent. Enjoy the day.
Blessings, everyone.
Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.